Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, hi, hi. Hey, everybody. How's everyone feeling?
Wonderful. Grand Rising.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. All the Elizabeths, rising you all. Today is going to be a great show. Nawili?
I think she popped off. We don't see her right now. I think something disconnected, but today is the 15th of February, February. 15th of December 2022. We are on our way into the next year. This is last month. And
oh, there she is.
And today is Thursday. Wonderful Thursday.
Yes,
so
yes.
You can take it on now, really.
Oh, great day. Great day, everyone. I accidentally pushed a interesting button on my phone. The day that the Most High has given us. I'm so grateful to be here with my Elizabeth and beyond. And so we're going to start with some breath work and just giving thanks for another wonderful day we've been given. And just a friend of mine reminded me, we say stay in the moment. And my new embrace space is stay in the nanosecond.
Okay.
Seconds are actually what makes the minute. So it's like the seconds. So we're going to take this nanosecond to turn within and to be still, closing our eyes in whatever posture is most comfortable. And in this posture where we are posturing all that the Most High has given us, all that we are receiving, all that we are ready to give, we just relax in this moment, giving thanks. And as we give thanks, we just are remembering who we are, whose we are, and just being open to the how. That's not our concern, but our concern right here now is to be still and to know. And in the stillness and knowingness, let us take a deep breath in through our nose or nostrils. And exhale it through our mouths. And ideally, when you exhale or breathe out, let that exhale be so deep and long that it goes back into the rootedness of the earth and beyond. So let's inhale again through our nostrils. More life. Inhale more. And exhale.
That felt good.
Inhale. Exhale. And one more deep inhale, taking it chronic, the prana, the life-giving energy. Inhale. Exhale. And I'm just feeling that yogic high that we get when we are in tune and with the rhythm of our life, our breath. So this time we're going to inhale. And as we exhale, just silently vibrating the alphabet from A to Z and the exhale. So that's actually the space and time it should take for you to completely, for the most part, exhale your breath out. Let's inhale, deep breath in. And exhale with your alphabet. And inhale. Lift the arms up over the head, stretch the fingers, open and close. Exhale, shake it all out. And let's just tap at the heart center. There's the chest area. Just tap, tap, tap. Finding us. Keep our hearts open. Even sensing the heart chakra, the color green. Love. Love conditionally. Not love under any condition, but love just because. Tap. And let's place our palms over our head and just feel that energy draping, pouring over our heads, that energy reminding us that we are blessed. Let us be a blessing. And then taking those hands to our ears and remembering and sensing and knowing everything that we hear is in divine right order, that we are hearing, sensing, and knowing exactly what we need. And let's take it to the third eye, between the eyebrows, the intuitive place and space where we know that the vibration, the frequency we are attuned to is right, perfect, right for us. And then taking those palms in front of the throat to the throat chakra, feeling, sensing, and knowing that we are communicating, receiving communication in its perfect way, and that it's our time that we speak from our place of truth, integrity, and love. And back to the heart chakra, experiencing, knowing, sensing love, that from the Creator that moves through us and as us, and moves into everything that we think, we say, we activate, and we do. And moving above the navel to our solar plexus, sensing, knowing, and believing that our emotions, we are free in everything that is created and known right in there. Our emotions are free. Our emotions are that part of us that is flowing, never stagnated. We don't have to reside in them, but we can surely let them flow and feel it. And below the navel to the sacral, the place where creation takes place, that we are sensing, knowing, and creating the life that we desire, and that anything else we say a loving no to. And then feeling, sensing, and knowing right in the crease, right there where our root chakra is, the color red radiating. We are rooted, we are safe, we are secure, that all of our needs are met, that it's already all right. And then stretching the arms all the way down, feeling, sensing, and knowing our rootedness to Mother Earth, to ancestral ground, spaces and places we have been and yet to go, that all is indeed well now and forevermore. And inhale a deep breath as you stretch the fingers and stretch to and through the earth. And exhale. Bring your palms together, place them at the center of your chest, at your heart center. And just giving thanks that the blessing that is upon us, that we send it out to everything and everyone this day, that we are in our right place, doing our right thing, and that all is in divine right order, that we are free in the spirit. We are free to be, to sense and know that everything is already all right. We are free. We are free. We are grateful. We are loving. We are kind. We are abundant. We are prospering women, men. We live in this prosperous state, seeing the abundance in Mother Nature, in our lives, in the stars, in the moon, and everything being in its perfect order and coming to us in and on time. We are patient. We are trusting. And in this place and space, we simply let go, going with the flow, knowing it is already done. And so it is, so be it. And I say in my yoga tradition, Sat Nam, as Namaste, Ashe today. and every day. And so it is. Amen. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Hey, so have my favorite book, Daily Om. And then kind of go through it. Do you call this shuffling? I don't know. I don't know the word sometimes. So I'm just gonna go through it and let's see what's okay. Conscious inspiration. Being creative every day. Many people harbor the idea that there are two kinds of people in the world, creative and non creative. You often hear certain individuals saying, I wish I were creative. Actually, we're all innately creative, as human creativity is our birthright. I think that's a t shirt. Creativity is our birthright. We use it to get through each and every day in simple tasks such as picking out what to wear or choosing the words we use to express ourselves. Not only is it natural for us to be creative, it is also healthy. Experts say that conscious creativity is as good for our overall sense of well being as exercising, eating right, and getting enough sleep. When we are in the zone with our creativity, we move into a different experience of time and space. Hours pass like minutes, and we sometimes literally forget where we are. Our logical mind, which generally runs the show, takes a back seat to imagination and intuition, creating a feeling of spaciousness, calm, and release. When we return to the grid of everyday reality, we see with new eyes. You can easily access your creativity throughout the day with simple exercises. At work, take a moment to rearrange the items on your desk or wall, maybe replacing old photographs or objects with new images that inspire new thoughts. Just 5 minutes devoted to this simple creative act can noticeably refresh your mind. To elevate your entire day into a more creative zone, take your camera with you and document one full day in your life. The benefits of creativity are in the doing. The finished product, while wonderful, is almost beside the point. What matters most is the experience of being awake and relaxed into the flow of our lives. And so it is. Oh, thanks, everybody. Any comments on that?
I just like to offer that really does make your day more grounded. Just like when you mentioned about rearranging your desk, I do that every morning uh, just to get some clarity. And so I feel that energy when everything is in its proper space. And it allows me to be creative and to come to that mindset, I guess you would say. So I understand that wholeheartedly. But I do also like the idea of taking my camera and documenting my day. I've never done that before. And that's really interesting. So I would definitely try to practice that going forward. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, get that insight. And I love that, you rearranging your desk every day to have an order or clarity about, for the day. Um, I, I'm gonna really put that one in my pipe.
Me too.
Create, with creative tools like Mama Evelyn and Queen Aduni, we always got, all these things that we're working on. So I'm looking, well, I'm not even at home. I'm at home, but I'm in an Airbnb and I'm looking at the desk across the room and I have 5 decks of cards up there. I have some beads. I have about 8 to 10 birthday cards I just got. So, I'm just like the home away from home. So, but this morning I'm going to rearrange it. So thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Queen Aduni, you were going to say something?
No, but I will. No, but I'm just all over the place and in sync with the portal that is open right now. Yeah, I am, I have to rearrange everything, get things in order, release things, tear up papers and stuff like that, so that that I'm requesting to come through to me, I have space for it.
Hey.
Yeah. But right now, there's no space for it. It's everything got stuff on it. And then I go get another table so I can put something on that so I can, do that project. And then when I need to use the table so that I can eat, then I move that over to somewhere else. You use that table. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. But definitely, working on clearing the space for I don't totally understand the portal, but I know that a portal is a walkway through that is not open all the time. And so I have to take advantage of that. So, and yeah. I need to, Selesa, I need to take a picture of this mess and say, no more. No more. Get it in order, take a picture of that and say, that's my what'd you say, nanosecond?
Nanosecond.
Nanosecond, right. Stay there. Stay there.
I for some reason, I just instinctively start doing that. And I made the connect when she mentioned it in her reading, right? So I'm doing something right.
That's good. Yeah.
And it's so interesting as I hear Selesa and Queen Aduni and myself say, clear the space. Certain, words in the alphabet and certain letters, when you say them, have a power to them. We know, and funny, the analogy that comes up, and this is weird, it's like when people say curse words, it's when they use certain letters and put those together, what a powerful sound. But I just heard it when you guys and I said clearing the space. It was out the CL and that whole phrase, that some kind of energy powered into it. So
yeah.
Each person, Selesa and Queen Aduni, in your own voice tone said it differently. But sound is so, Queen Aduni is an artist things, but she also is a vocalist, and I know she knows about the sound. But in this moment, I just got a big aha about it when I heard you guys say it. And that's some power frequency we just activated. Yeah. Okay, Queen Evelyn, I love you. Can you say?
I want to piggyback on Queen Aduni about the space. I battle every day with my desk. It's like, I think I needed a little longer. Rolling carts are my favorite thing because you can put projects on those, but having the space to roll them out of the way, I don't have that right now.
Roll them in, but can't roll them out.
Yeah. So, it's a battle every day. You should see my desk. It's like, ooh. I mean, for some reason, artists, you can have all your things around you for a project, but what you're working on is always whittled down to like a foot by a foot. All of a sudden, it shrinks. It starts out wide and it shrinks down, and you just have, and you're moving things out of the way to work in this little space and try to cut. And it's like, ugh. But I do realize that in my dream studio, there will be counters that you don't have to clear in order to do the project.
Yeah.
And the thing is figuring out which projects are ongoing all the time and keeping those spaces open. Like I don't sew all the time. So pulling my sewing machine or my serger out is like a task, you know. Yeah, I don't do those all the time anymore. But yeah, so the space to.
And Mama Evelyn, there's a wonderful magazine, and I promise before I leave LA, I'm going to pick it up. It's called Women, Creative Women
Create.
Space.
Where Women Create.
Where
I
women,
know about the catalog. Yeah.
And usually
Where Women Create.
Right. And the magazine always has these beautiful photos of women who have aligned with their studios and their spaces. And they're so beautiful, or so beautifully organized and lit up with the right lights. Always so inspiring. And I know I've sometimes seen, had the magazine in my hand and seeing how women actually walk you through how they organize those spaces, you know. But I already know that that divine blueprint is in you, just waiting to be accessed. You know, I say that for you because I'm saying it for myself too, and all of us.
Yeah, I've been saying, say it for me.
All of us.
Yeah.
It's Prince. That's why
because
like this, because
yeah, I'm working on, you know, being a feature.
Yes.
And looking at my space will be part of it. So you can see what my space looks like.
Okay.
I touch and agree. I love that visual and that you know, vision for yourself. Yes, I definitely see it because I know I probably over the years only seen one melanin enriched woman in the magazine.
Yes. Yeah, that's a thing with the creative world. We're not out there. We're not out there in the products. We're not out there in anything. That's why my friend Angela is always you can see in her images where it looks like her. It looks like her. The feet, the figures look like her. And when she creates her stencils, they look like her. Or they're stencils of her. And you can create a stencils of your own features, of your own face, of pictures of yourself that you like. You know, it's just having the proper equipment. I don't want to take up anybody's time, but yes, we when it comes to what they create, it's like, oh, that's so vanilla. Oh my God. Yeah. You know, and every year, I mean, Christmas is my birthday, so I love it's my birthday, but I'm not into the all the whole decoration and making the cards with the cute little Christmas trees and the little one. I'm like, ooh, that no, I've never been into that. So ever. And or creating, I remember I used this is the last thing I'm gonna say. When I started vending, and I vended at an event out east of here, and I made book covers and I made checkbook covers, and you know, remember checkbooks? Oh.
Yeah, right.
And they were out of African fabrics. And the contact person said, maybe if you would make them out of calico. And I said to myself, oh, maybe. But out loud I said maybe, but to myself, I said, I don't do calico. Calico and nothing. Come on. So
what is calico? What is that?
It's like little prints, little flowers, little this, little,
Oh.
you know, the things that they make those little cutesy little quilts out of. And
Yeah,
it's those vanilla printed fabrics.
Mhm.
That's what
Yeah.
But
And you know,
not like us, not like bold and bright, and it's like little cute little things.
yeah. And you know, in some of my art experiences, when people made suggestions like that, I'd stamp an African symbol on top of it. I'd write, I would cut their fabric up and make a whole new design of fabric. I'm like, no, trust me, there's room for everyone. You know, I roll. It's like, yeah, because on any given day, if I wake up and I see, well, none of us I know on this call got any calico, but if we do, we might rock it with, we might rock it in a gateway on our head, and hang up, how we are free
Some
in
cowrie shells from it.
very
Mhm.
about us being those creative women and realizing there are no limits. There are no limits, and yes, we can hear other suggestions, or as I call it, they're lovingly throwing off on us. We don't have to accept it. We could just be like, all right, little spiritual force field, like I'm a Star Trekky girl. Our spiritual field around us like says, okay, we'll hear it. Okay, thank you for being who you are, because I'm going to be who I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amani Grace, Ashe today, good to see you.
You're muted, babe.
Oh man, why?
I share today, Grand Rising, Elizabeth.
Grand Rising.
Miss Jackie, Ashe today, good to see you. I'm seeing through the peace and love sign. Hi, Jackie. Yourself.
That's funny.
Did you hear the reading? Oh, any comments or comments?
Yep, just beautiful. I like what Selesa, right? I like what she said. I echo that, and I like the idea of taking pictures of the day. It's so great because now we don't have to lug a camera with us, right? We can have our phone easily take pictures of our day. So, and the organizing and the let go and all of that stuff. I'm total alignment with that.
With it. I hear you. Miss Sister Juanita. Can we
Grand Rising, my sister?
Good day.
Not quite ready for prime time.
Oh, that's
yeah, but Grand Rising, Ashe today, my loves.
Oh, we love you. Thank you for being.
You.
Yes. Mama Het, are you ready for prime time, or is you ain't? Yay!
Instead of thinking about what you're saying, I'm activating. I have a nice little corner over there, so I'm taking all the things that need to go. You don't have to look that close, Mama Evelyn. I'm taking all those things, that don't need to be down here. This was supposed to be the winter box, for hats and gloves, and so it's become the catch-all. So I'm cleaning up right now. I ain't talking about I'm being about it right now.
Okay.
All right.
Grand Rising.
Great day, girl.
Well, I keep a bag or a box. That's what I was telling me. I keep a bag or a box in my room of things that need to leave. And I dropped in there and I said, this has no place in here. And yeah, it's full now. I got to take it out of the garage. And then I disperse, whether it's going to go to Nawili or go to Goodwill or,
Wow. And that, Mom, that was so interesting about you said the winter box. because, me transitioning into Detroit, I, I don't really just trying to see and understand putting away the dresses that have no sleeves. It's like, oh, you can't take up any more space in my closet because I got to put another jacket or some other things in there. So I'm like, okay, a winter box. What does that mean? In my brain, like,
Well,
okay.
Mama Nawili, not to add to your madness, but I met a girlfriend who taught me how to winterize my summer things. So something
Oh,
like this, she would
uh-huh.
put a long sleeve shirt on and go right on with her
Oh,
day. She said she winterized the summer thing.
I
I
love that.
don't, yes, extend the wardrobe.
Okay. All right. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Put some leggings on under them light pants and
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you for that.
parasol under the shirt. There you go.
Oh, all right. I'm here for that. Yes, I definitely ain't as cold as I get in Detroit. Lily, anything you'd like to chime in before we lovingly officially introduce our guests?
No, I'm here. Hi, good people. I'm happy to see everybody. Thank you for coming to the show. We made it. We here. We up. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, good, good, good. I see you, Mama Hat. Hey, twin. Mama Evelyn. Yes. Hey, hey, everybody. Good people. Good people. We're gonna have a good show today. Our special guest is here, and I can't wait to hear her story because she a woman of many hats, you all. So we gotta wait to see. She doesn't just go under her one category. She is not in one box.
Mhm.
Okay.
And so I want to say that, without further ado, the way that I met our guests, as y'all know, I walk the streets. I'm not a street walker. I I enjoy walking the streets of Detroit. And well, and the funny story is when I was walking and we were going to see the film Meet Up, and Aduni and her crew pulled up in the car. And I'm standing in the corner in my cuteness, like, I'm walking. I'm going to see a movie with my girls, and they're like pull up like they want to give me some change. Like I am actually working the streets. It was a funny. I was like, and I looked and I was like, oh, it's my girl. So anyway, I met Selesa in the beauty supply. I was with my niece looking for something, and it was my first experience in the Detroit beauty supply. And I already had walked in feeling like Dorothy and Oz because I'd never been in a beauty supply that immense and with clothes and rows and rows and rows of selection of synthetic hair and wigs, and so my niece is trying to explain about hair and we're all bent over, and then Selesa comes in and she like goes right to what she's like, she knows what she there for. She getting her hair together, and so somehow we started a conversation, and kept talking, and I was like, hey, so what do you do? And she just kind of in the moment she was moving fast that day. I remember her energy was like she was on a mission, but I did get enough information, and I got the digits that day, and I said, a card, and I reached out to her, and at that point in her life, she had a lot going on. I said, there's a knowingness. We're going to reconnect because dots have collided in space and place. Our atoms came together. And so I knew we would connect. And then one day I looked at my phone and there was her name. And she's like, oh, hey, remember me? And I was like, yeah, I got your name on my phone. So you made my book. So that's something. So she was like, I'm ready now. And I was like, we ready for you. So perfect time, perfect space, and divine grace is ruling this moment and every moment. So without further ado, it's our sister, Miss Selesa. And she said for her title in the moment, like we say, there's an umbrella, and she wears many, many Jamaican hats. She would go by Real estate advisor. And funny, when I think of real estate, at first I thought of houses, but real estate is like immense land and expansion everywhere. So, how real is our estate this morning? So we're going to let our sister bring us into alignment with that. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. I love the energy here. My journey is one where I have come into my confidence, but at the same time, I'm teachable. There's a statement that Nawili made the other day that said, I think I said, the sky's the limit. And even though I didn't fully grasp what I was saying, she suggested, and she sent me a picture that said, the sky is not the limit. It is your belief system. And I wholeheartedly agreed with that. And it was just so astounding that just by changing the verbiage or how you put something out in the space, how it's received, how it in your spirit comes back out in the world. And it just instantly clicked to me. I'm like, oh, that was just so awesome and so profound. And even for people who don't really believe in the energy, I equated it with logic. Like mathematically, that is correct, because a lot of people believe in what we call infinity. So why limit yourself, right? So anyway, long story short, I just had to put that plug out there in the way. And last night I thought about what I would talk about today. And what my spirit is telling me is to just give a little background for what I do. I am a real estate advisor in the scheme of things, but I do wear many hats. And my reason for that is I want to treat the whole person, right? Whether you are interested in business, if you're interested in financial affairs, if you're interested in tax consequences, I got it all covered. And so those are all my passions. Those are all my passions. I love learning. I love reading, and I love knowing. I just want to know everything, but I know that's not possible. But I do a lot of self-education. I do a lot of specialty education for my professions in order to be able to have those under the umbrella. So having said that, I think you guys have seen my bio, so you know a little about me. I'm from the South. I was born there, but I was raised in Michigan, Detroit. But my lineage is one where we had very strong women in our families. Not that we didn't have strong men, but the women made such an impression on me. And the men did too, but their quiet strength is my reinforcement to what the women have instilled in me in my family. So I don't know. I'm a little bit perplexed about how to talk for it, because I know Nawili said I had 15 minutes.
No, whatever time.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know if a presentation is proper about real estate, because
Yeah.
I could really start there. Okay. And I won't do anything elaborate. I would just touch on a few things. And if you have questions, and I think we should operate like that. Is that okay? Okay.
I'm good.
Well, the thing that's on my mind today that I think that a lot of people are probably wondering is about the market, right? Everybody has an opinion on the market, where the housing market is going to go.
So Lisa,
yeah.
do you need to do you need to screen?
What do you, for like a presentation?
Yeah.
I didn't download anything because I
Okay.
wasn't sure about, but I can follow up and maybe put out some slides or something. And if it's okay with Nawili, and she can distribute them to kind of reinforce my conversation. Is that okay?
Or you could come back at another time. Do what you want to and feel free, okay? You're not pressed for time. And well, I'm speaking for somebody else's show, but and then if at another time you wanted to do an official,
Okay.
you know, just know that that's available to you, you know. Okay.
Okay. That's beautiful.
Hey, Mita.
Mita. Hi, Mita.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm
Good
a
morning,
bit late
Mita.
here, but I'm here.
Welcome. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Selesa.
And what I was saying is that a lot of people are fearful of the market, and I hear a lot. They say, "Well, the market's going to crash, and the interest rates are high. I'm not going to buy a house right now. I'm going to wait, right?" But here's the reality: it is not my job to get you to agree with what I'm saying. It is my job to give you the information. And giving you the information, I do a lot of analysis, statistics. I go to networking events and speak to some of the actual experts and see what they have to say. I also take a lot of training in the mortgage arena so that when I have a client, I can help them get the right mortgage for their situation, because that's most important. And I would also say that the thing that's paramount is preparedness. The way I like to set my clients up is we'll have a conversation about their financial situation. And then we will have a conversation about this nasty word nobody wants to hear, but it is gonna be the end all and be all, your credit situation. Because a lot of times, most people end up financing. They don't have the monies to buy for cash. And I wouldn't even suggest that you buy the cash, because you could take that cash and allocate it someplace else to make monies for you with a better rate of return than it would be tying it up, the whole thing in your house. The other misconception is you need 20% down. That is not true. They have a lot of programs for low to moderate income people, a lot of the community banks and a lot of the big names where they have what they call zero down programs. So you could actually get into a house with nothing out of your pocket at all. And a lot of people don't know that. And so I asked a lot of questions to be able to help guide you through those avenues. Okay, so I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Credit, financing, and then the process is that you can actually start looking. And when you start looking, I have certifications in negotiation where I can help you negotiate a very strong offer based on those first two criteria. So my job basically is to be a door opener and an advisor and a consultant through the situation, and to channel and coordinate all of the process. So you have inspection, appraisal, and title companies in this process. And it is my job to coordinate with those, including your mortgage person and myself, a situation that will be beneficial to you in the process. I know I'm kind of like all over the place, but there's so much information that I want to put out, but that is the gist of it. That is the gist of it. And once you get in the pipeline, I don't want to say pipeline because it sounds so harsh and cruel, but but once you start your journey, let's say that. Once you start your journey, I'm there from beginning to end, and my sole purpose is to help you have a successful closing.
Mm.
And to be like a consultant in the regard when I was saying that a lot of people say, well, you know, I'm not going to get in the market right now because the market is this and the market is that. I'm not disagreeing with that, but the facts are, the market is what it is, and it's still what we call a seller's market. And that means you have high demand, which is the buyer, and low supply, which is the seller. So the sellers can commission what they want for these houses within a reasonable, what we call market price. And you can therefore buy it at that price. But here's the thing, because of the investment vehicle, the housing market has been the most consistent and strongest financial investment since 1871, I believe. And even if you look at manufacturing, which is the economic guide, because that means that people are having jobs and everything, the economy is moving forward. But then you have this other nasty word, inflation, and nobody wants to hear that. But the feds have been doing a lot of things to try to get inflation in line. And that is where it costs you more to buy less. So I translate that into the home buying process. The longer you wait, the more you're gonna buy. That is the reality, because housing prices will appreciate consistently. It may not appreciate as much as in the last couple of years, but you can almost be guaranteed that your property is going to appreciate. So with that said, as inflation is constant, and even though they can curb it, it is tied to the mortgage rates. So right now, mortgage rates, in some people's views, they say it's normal. But we have enjoyed some beautiful mortgage rates during COVID, or where it was like 2 to 4%. And I don't know if we're going to see that in the next 5 or 6 years. So right now, it is probably 6.5, 7%, somewhere like that. So if you wait with the appreciation of the market, of the houses going up, and the interest rates are going up, it's just a natural equation, is that it's going to cost you more to buy less. So you have less buying power. So I would just recommend that if you have a situation or a life event or whatever, make the move because it fits your lifestyle. If you don't have that desire, there's nothing wrong with renting. But there are a lot of benefits to owning. But I do that too. I do renting, leasing, all of those things. It just depends on what your situation is. I also do investors, if you're planning on investing. I work with businesses to do commercials, broker business deals. So I am really multifaceted, and I love my community, and I need to find a way to get the message out, because I think that we are the most underserved community. So anyway, that's my spiel. That's my 15 minutes.
Wow. I love it. You just made it sound digestible. And a lot of times you hear words like percentage, mortgage, it's a buyer's market, it's a seller's market, and all of that. For the person, lay person, such as myself, I'm like, what does that mean? Does that mean that the $7,000 I had saved, I'm not going to be able to do anything with it, or what's really going on. But you made it digestible and you made it comfortable, that the questions can be asked, and it's a road that can be walked with. And I love the first thing you said, I wrote down, I've come into my confidence. And that's what just hearing you just explain made me feel so much more confident about the whole, living and loving, and really getting some enjoyment out of the process. It's like buying a new car. Like, it can be like, I want to get a new car, and then you get in, you test drive, that's cool. And then comes the paperwork. And that could be like, oh, I'm still here. It's 10 hours later. When am I going to drive my hoopty off the lot? My last car, I enjoyed the process. We had a meal, it took a while, but I said, I'm not going to let this be that next part of the process that I get stressed out about. And now I'm not going to be able to really attract the best that I need in this experience. So I just want to say thank you, because I will be calling you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're helping me to come into my confidence about even hearing about living and thriving in Detroit. So yeah. Okay, I think Mama Evelyn had her hand, and then Mama Het, in that order.
Hey, thank you for being here. I mean, this is so timely. Everything on this show is timely. Because the message I got from Spirit last night, when I think I listened to Shahira, and she was talking about not rushing. I have a home. It's 105 years old, and I have a plot of land next to it. I feel that because of what I see going on in the area, I'm not sure of what price to put on it. I'm not sure whether to put a price on it, because what I would not like to encounter is somebody trying to cheat me out of something that is going to be valuable in the long run because of the location. A walking person like Nawili could walk from my house to over on Iron Street. She could walk to Belle Isle. She could walk to the river. She could walk to downtown very easily. I'm very close to the expressways. Right outside is the crosstown bus, or 1 block over, crosstown bus going west. Yeah, west. And so I feel the area, and I'm the only house on the block. I'm not sure who owns the other lots, but I'm ready to let it go, but I'm not going to give it away, because it's the family home. I raised my daughter there. I took care of my parents there. So.
And I appreciate your I don't want to use the word attachment. Sometimes I get stuck on words, but I appreciate your journey in your home. And I love that, because it has been in your family for a while, and you have every right to feel that way. What I could do for you, and there's no charge to do this, is put together what we call a comparative market analysis. And what that does, it matches properties that's similar to yours in age, square footage, amenities, location. If you have like updates or anything special, like in those older homes, like I don't know if it's in a historical district, all those things will come into play. And so when you work out those numbers and see what the market is doing, like if it's close to like downtown, you were saying that Nawili walks or whatever, that is really like a hot spot. People are dying to get in there, and they will pay a premium price to do it. So I wouldn't want you to give your property away, but if you're interested, I could draw up one of those for you and give you a market price guide. And then that way you can make an informed decision.
Okay, I will take you up on your offer. I what else was I gonna say? Um, I don't know if you've heard of Mac Development.
Mac and what?
Huh?
Mac and what? What's cross street?
It's MACC, Mac
Okay,
Development.
Mac Development. I think I've heard of that.
They have the Commons on it's on Mac Avenue, like a block over from Van Dyke. They also have a church on Mac Avenue. And from what my daughter's father, who is also a real estate person, he is a real estate broker, but he is in Georgia.
Okay.
And he looked into the company and he said it's very well connected with the city and whatever. There was some interest because I use their community outreach program to keep the lawn mowed on my, and the trees cut down on my property. And they volunteer, they have volunteers to do that. And I really appreciate them for that. And I used to go wash my clothes at the Commons. And so, and they also helped me with getting on the tax program where I'm not paying the total taxes. I'm paying, a percentage, well, the sewage part, because that part is never, it has to be covered by me. So there was an interest because I think they're looking for a house to buy and rehab. I think to house volunteers that come in. I believe that's what Charles told me. But the gentleman who is over the development, his mother passed away and he has not yet gotten back to me. And my crossroads is like, I don't want to sound desperate, but I would love to see. I've seen the way they turned that building around on the Commons. I've seen the way they've renovated it and the way they run it. And I love the organization. And I would love for them to take over that property.
Well,
so I don't know if I want to be prepared and if it's a good idea to reach back out to him, but I know his mother died, so I'm not sure what all went with that. Yeah, so yes, also with the analysis of the area, because the house is not up to date. It's I'm not sure what's going on with the the insulation and stuff, and it's I did qualify for the emergency home repair, but that was like one company that was the only company. It was right before the pandemic, so they had to couldn't do it until later, and then by that time his crew had he didn't have a crew. It was just him and his son, and he was older, and the work was not up to my standards as far as I know renovation or fixing up is supposed to go. So yeah, with all that, I just would like to create a solid footing of knowing what I want, and what would be reasonable to ask for.
Okay, well, that's fair. Like I said, I could do that as a courtesy for you to give you an idea. There are, if you want to keep your home and update it yourself, there are a lot of programs in the city of Detroit that will help you do that. Have you ever heard of Wayne Metro?
Yes.
Okay. They have a weatherization program, and they will do everything from removing asbestos. They'll give you a new roof. They'll give you star appliances if you need like refrigerators or stove.
Excuse me, could you put that name or anything like that that we could share in in the chat box for those of us who don't have some place to write it down?
What, the stuff?
Yeah, no, like the name of the company or anything else that would be helpful to us that we might want to have in our notes. If it could be put in the chat box, it would help.
Okay, I'll try to do
And
that.
I have a comment also when you guys are done.
You can go after Mama Het, because I think she was ahead of you. Fine, yeah.
Okay. I have two inquiries. So, thank you for coming to talk with us, Sister Selesa.
Mhm.
Selesa.
Mhm.
So I wanted to Selesa. I got you, Selesa. So I wanted to ask, first of all, when you were a little person, what types of games did you play that set you on this journey or pretended to be? And then my second question is, how do you address the cultural difference when buying and selling homes? Because there is a grave difference in pricing when you have the cultural difference of buying homes or selling homes. So I just wanted to address those two things, and thank you.
Well, I know it may appear to be that way. There's a cultural difference in pricing, but actually, I'm a firm believer that it's not. I believe if you have the right people in the right places, you can get the same things that every other culture can get for the same price.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe. Now, as far as mortgages go, I do believe there has been experiences where people in our culture in particular and Latinos are at a disadvantage because they have somebody subjectively analyzing their situation. Now, with the housing market prices, those are set prices, and there's laws like you can't discriminate based on race, creed, color, gender, familial status. That means your family make dynamics and all of those things. So it is time consuming if that happens to you, but we do have laws to protect you in those arenas. Where we having a problem at is that people who either don't understand our culture or feel like they can dish out justices based on what they believe you should be doing. And so having to be in the Black community myself, I'm very aware of that. So when I work with people like myself, I try to break down those barriers, period. That's my mission. That's my passion, for real. So anyway, I answered one part of your question. What was the other part?
The one about what did you pretend or enjoy doing as a little person that led you to this part now?
Like I said, I'm from Southern roots, and I just love my dynamics. I love my grandmother. She was instrumental in building me up, period. My mother she's good. I love her. But my grandmother is the end all and be all. For real. I mean, she would wrap our feet in plastic. So we never had colds. She put it inside our boot. I hated it going to school like that. And I would try to pull them off so nobody would say it. It was just funny. But we went to school. We never missed a day of school. We never had colds. And every Sunday, she would sit down and tell me stories. And that's how I learned so much about our history. And I was just intrigued by her religious beliefs. And she was really grounded in that. And so she would cook these beautiful meals every Sunday. Every Sunday. She cooked every day, but every Sunday we would have that experience where we would just listen to gospel music. And as a child, that's odd because you don't want to sit around with your parents listening to that, right? But I so look forward to that every single Sunday. Every single Sunday.
So Selesa, I just want to ask one more time. So what did you pretend to play? Like what things did you pretend to do in your make believe that kind of like sometimes I noticed that a lot of things that I did when I was a little girl, I'm doing professionally now. So I'm asking like what play or
Oh, okay.
that
So
probably
you want to say what play led me to that? And the reason I digressed was
that's all
because
right.
I
I wanted the
believe
background. I wanted the
those
background.
experience led me to the play.
Okay, the
Okay.
building. I got you.
Right,
The
right.
building block,
And
foundation.
so basically, we played every day outside of our schoolwork and everything. And the things that I liked to do was I love exploring. I love sports. And I love the fact that boys let me be on their team. You had to be good to be on their team, right? And so I think that's where my confidence comes from. So that's where I'm answering your question. I know it's in a roundabout way, but that's what it was. We taught ourselves everything. Like we taught ourselves gymnastics. We had competitions. We would have, if somebody wanted to sing, we'd have a talent show. We did all of this by ourselves. None of our parents, is just a group of kids. And the only rule was you gotta be home before the street lights.
I'm a street light baby.
Yeah, but anyway, long story short, I saw my grandmother when they migrated here, her brother gave her a house. And it was a magnificent house. And it was just beautiful, and that's what families did for each other back then, right? But that's where I got my interest in real estate. And it just kind of grew from there and from all of the things, the experiences I had along the way. And so I was like, if I had known then like I know now, I would have preserved a lot of things. You know what I mean? And so anyway, that's where my passion comes from for being an advocate for people. And I like real estate. I love it. I love looking at houses. I love the process. And I have a more that I live by. They said, be the change that you wish to see in the world. And sometimes I get so frustrated when I'm dealing, let's say, with another real estate agent and they have a bias or they're not performing. And I'm like, we have the same motivation. It's to get these people a home in the least amount of time with the maximum amount of interest, right? But you won't find that. And so I'm like, you're going to do it right. And I don't give up. I don't give up. So anyway, that's where I get my passion from. I know I'm really wordy. I'm working on that.
That's why you're in the Elizabeth page, because you got about how many 11 other people just like you, baby. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I love what I do.
Yes, it shows. Thank you, Selesa. Love that. Mita, is it? Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. First, I came in on this late, so I'm not really sure what the topic was today, but I'm going to say just a couple quick things. First of all, I live in a house that I've been in for 42 or 43 years, and it's been paid off. I refinanced this house 3, 4, 5 times, but it has been paid off, I'm saying, as a result of the bankruptcy and blessing from God. And the point about that is I've got 2 sons, 4 grandchildren. So I want 2 pieces of property, 1 for each of my sons. So this is one property. I have 2 adjoining lots. I get texts once, twice a month about this house, including one of the lots I have. I also purchased about 6 years ago property in North End. This house is just under 2,000 square feet. The other one is 2,000 square feet, an enclosed lot. And last year I was able to get the lot behind it for $100.
Awesome.
Wow.
Let me just tell you, I get just almost harassed. I get mailings, got emails, I got not emails, I get postcards in the mail, I get texts 3, 4, 5 a day, some with an attitude. I've been trying to talk to you, yeah.
Right.
And I will not sell that property. I haven't finished rehabbing it and I need big bucks, so I might be talking to you about that.
Okay.
Selesa, because I really don't want to put a lien on this property because I worked too hard to have it free and clear. But the point I want to make is if you do have property and you're not sure what you want to do with it, my whole thing is that North End, that's the hottest thing since cut bread. And that $100 I paid for a lot, my son is living in the house temporarily just for basically just so that it's not vacant. I told him, you cut that grass, you shovel that snow before my property, because somebody can come along and start maintaining your vacant lot, put a lien on it and snatch it from you. The lots in North End are going $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for a daggone vacant lot.
And the developers want that land.
Yes,
and they'll pay a premium.
And that's my thing. I was actually at the Oakland farmers market, and I didn't know this lady was a real estate person. And I just made, and this is not a racial or a racist statement, but it is certainly cultural. I am not going to send. I wouldn't lose it. I would give that property away before I sold it to a developer, and I don't care what color the developer is, because it doesn't make sense. You know, I don't have any problem. I like diversity, but diversity and gentrification are two different things. And what's happening on my block and some of the blocks, many of the people are elders. They worked all their life to get this property, pay for it, and now they're grown children with doctorates and everything else aren't interested. They can't keep up the property, and they're waiting for the developer to come with the best price so that they can have something before they make their transition. Me, I'm not gonna let mine go. I don't care what they offer me, I'm not. And if you have property and you're not sure, first of all, how do you pronounce your name? Selesa?
Selesa.
Okay. I appreciate what you're offering, and I'm going to talk to you about a few things, but there are other things that if you don't want to lose your property, if you want to keep it in your family or something, and my contact is through an organization called Brilliant. But if you have a piece of property or a house, not just vacant property, and you're willing to use it as a community project house, they will come in and completely rehab your house. They'll put the staff in, they'll do everything. I haven't done the full research to find out what you get out of it. But I tell you this, before I sold that property to a developer, I would donate it for something like that for the community. And that's not my intent. I got a lot of money invested there and I need to get something back, you know. I just want to break in.
Miss Olivia.
Well, you know, I think that is interesting. I think that we have so much richness in our communities that we should keep it in our community.
Yes.
And that community house idea sounds really nice.
Yeah, in the community house, they do all types of projects.
Yes.
There's one on the east side that I visited, and they have all kinds of projects for the whole community. And my vacant lot in North End, I'm hoping to turn it into a community garden for children. And I know I will be able to get that completely funded if I do that.
And that's another thing that a lot of people don't know, that you can get funding, grants, you can get loans if you wanted to. You could set up a business to be able to do community projects. I wouldn't put it in my name though. I would put it in a business name or a trust. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes.
Yeah. I would put it in a business name or a trust, only because it protects you from liability and a lot of other things. You have some unscrupulous contractors, and they will slap, I heard somebody say this, they will slap a lien on your place in a minute. And so what you could do is, if you contract with them, know the process and get a contract that says, in the event that there's a discrepancy, no liens will be placed on that. I wouldn't even move forward with a project unless I had that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, but there are a lot of funding things for people with properties and they want to do something. You could even build something there if you want it on your empty lots.
Yeah.
You could build a row of townhouses. You could build you can build whatever you want. If you wanted a community center in this zone for that, I would check with the city to see how your land is zoned. And if it's zoned for commercial or residential or a mixture, you have a lot of opportunities. You could do assisted living. You could do a whole lot of things. So I would really sit down and do my research before I give it away.
Okay, thank you. And did you put your contact information in chat?
No, I will here now.
Okay, thank you. And Mama, I'm gonna put my number in here real quick, but I'm looking at what you just said, Mama. I'm proud. I don't have my glasses on. I just had eye surgery. Hetheru, give me a call, please. I'm gonna put my number, and I have to leave shortly. I'm gonna try to get back on my phone. I'm not sure if I can or not, but I'll be on until I can.
I want you.
I would like information that you shared about. I guess the one reason about my wanting to sell my property is I'm living with my daughter now because it doesn't make sense to try to attempt to maintain two properties when I'm over here all the time anyway. And I'm looking to build like a tiny studio. She has her home and she has a lot also. It's a Habitat for Humanity's house, and I'm looking to build a little tiny house in the back with us as a studio.
Okay.
That's what I would like to do. But the idea, see, Mac Corporation, they are committed to the 48214 area, and they do a lot for the community. They're not just developers. I've seen what they do, and I've seen, how they show up for the people in the neighborhood. So that would be the kind of development I would be looking for, not just some developer coming in. And just another thing I had to say about those phone calls and those texts, they're so disrespectful. I do not like them. Do not call me and do not tell me what your name is and what corporation you're with. You just call me and say, well, do you have any property? No, you're not going to approach me like that. This is a new day and age. I don't have stupid written across my head. That just, that irks me.
Yeah, I think you have a lot of negotiating power, even with the developer who does a lot of things in your area. And if they want your property, I wouldn't give it away. I would get what we call a fair market value or better.
Yeah. We're looking for the more better.
For the more better. And they know that. They know that. The longer you hold out, the more power you have.
Wow.
But we'll talk offline.
A lot of options available. That's what I love. Any other comments? Thanks.
What is her name again? Oh, she had left already. Madila, was that her name?
Mita.
Yeah. For you and Madila, they do have for seniors. The Mayor Comey A. Young Center has a $25,000 grant to fix up your home. But the downside about that is that it's a waiting list. I don't know how soon you want to do those things, but I would get on it just as an alternative in case you decide to keep it.
Perfect. Great information. Yes. Um,
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
you were saying like the most important, the three factors: credit, financing, before you start looking.
Yes.
So, and that there are programs for low to moderate income. So could you like just, new to the whole game and to the whole city, what those programs kind of entail or look like?
Okay, so you were speaking of the down payment assistance program?
Well, whatever, if it's a program, I'm just thinking it's probably definitely is a process where they look at your credit. There may be an assessment of that and what you need to build it, or if it's okay, what would be the next step? How does that,
Okay, well, how it works is you can go to any lender of your choosing, but what I normally do is I take a more involved role in the client, and I try to match their credit situation to the lenders that will be more beneficial to them. Like you have all kinds of
okay.
programs. Have you ever heard of FHA loans?
Yes.
Okay, well, they have FHA loans, they have commercial loans, they have community bank loans, they have down payment assistance loans, they have Fannie Mae loans, Freddie Mac loans. They have just about a loan for every situation, every situation. And so most of my clients get FHA loans because the government insures a large portion of that. So the credit criteria are a little bit more relaxed. So they could do a person as low as 580, 500, 580 credit score. So if you don't have any 30-day lates within the last year or any collections or charge-offs, then they'll be able to do you as low as 580. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Definitely. Okay. It gave me some good background information. Yes, yes, yes. Else have any questions? So what is, when you're not advocating for people's sacred and home spaces, what are some of the things you love to do?
I love to walk. I walk at the park near my home every single day. And I got up to 4 miles a day. I have been so busy, I haven't been able to do it, but I do a minimum of 2 miles a day. And I just look up at the trees. When it was warm, I would take my time off and just get my blanket and my book, and I'd lay in the leaves. And I love that kind of stuff. So that is what I like to do every day. I've been taking better care of my nutrition and everything because I've been reading this book. It's called The Whole Body Reset. And I'm in my 50s now. And a lot of people don't know that, but the way your body, your metabolism is going into your midlife journey is going to be a lot different metabolically than it is when you were younger. And so I want to approach my years. I used to be okay with just having a good mind and a good quality of life. But now I want better than that. I want to go into it with strength, balance, and energy. So I concentrate on building my body mass. And a lot of women do this, but I hate my belly fat. That's what got me curious about it in the first place. It was getting rid of my belly fat. So anyway, long story short, I found some really solid things that I could do to increase my longevity. So that's what I do.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, enjoy your 50s. As you all know, yesterday I turned 70.
I
So
know.
August
That's
8th,
so glorious.
keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
And Mama had put in the chat, there's a lot of street walkers. So I think we're like,
That's hilarious.
is the movement. I'm not in Detroit. They I have reached out to Detroit Girl Trek. Are you familiar with them?
I've
So
never heard of it.
a Girl Trek was started, I'm sure before the pandemic, by two younger sisters in Washington, D.C. And what they wanted to do is encourage Black women to get out and walk every day, at least 30 minutes for health,
Yeah.
wholeness, well-being. And so what they did is they, went through the social media, had a contract you had to sign online, and keep your commitment to yourself.
Mhm.
And so one of the sheroes they addressed was Harriet Tubman. So they had a whole movement. If you walked 30 days, they sent you immediately a Girl Trek T-shirt.
Oh,
Then
wow, that's nice.
And so branches start popping up all across the nation, and now their goal was to get 1 million women signed up. They hit that goal year before last around December.
Oh, wow.
I joined, and so there is a Detroit branch I reached out to when I first got here, but it seemed the pandemic, they kind of shut down. But I ran into someone in the airport with a Girl Trek T-shirt, and I said, "Hey, are y'all active?" And she said, "Yes." So I would encourage you. My friend in DC, I got her to join. So we took the 30-day commitment. Then we took the 100-day in a row commitment. And then we did 365 days without stopping commitment.
Awesome.
And each of those goals, Girl Trek supports you with just all kind of perks. Women post about their journeys, their challenges, how walking, like you say, it's just a reset, beautiful
Yes.
experience for
Yes.
yourself. Such a gift. My friend was one of the women. Was one of the women. Yeah, I would just, reach out to them and
I definitely will.
yeah, just go on Girl Trek Detroit. And
Now, how do you spell Trek? Is it Trec or Trex?
Trek.
Trek.
Yeah. 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 Mama had put it in the chat. Yeah. So, and for me, I found, in a lot of my challenges in my life, just getting out walking has aligned me with whatever were my solutions, my gifts. And one of the stories I'd like to share is in one of my relationships called a marriage. I was having some I was very challenged. I'm being very transparent. If he hears me, thank you, M. Siddiqui. But I actually start walking every day to clear my head, and eventually walked myself into my first Los Angeles marathon.
Awesome. I would love to do one of those.
Yes, I can tell you have that energy. I guess that's why Spirit has.
Yeah.
So that's 6.2 miles. It took me less than 7 hours.
Oh,
it was
awesome.
the big, grandest party I've ever been in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
After that one, I ended up doing 2 more.
Mm.
I set to do another one. I don't know if it's going to be in Detroit. Where, but let's talk about it. Let's maybe put together a training group and see what and the best way is to start with like a group of us do a 5K, do a 10K, and really, oh, she just put it up, Sheila, about Girl Trek, and see what's available, because without a doubt, walking in, I've been there out that it was 17 degrees one day when I was walking, but I was determined to walk through it.
Exactly.
commitment. So
Now, my
yeah.
only fear is in the wintertime,
Mhm.
falling on the ice and the snow.
Well,
That's my only fear.
well, it's to me. So I've already, once that happens to you, it's like falling when you're ice skating.
Right.
Once I fell, I got up, I dust myself off, and I said, well, you know what? Nothing's broken. I'm still in one piece.
Okay.
Got that experience. So it's no longer you fall, you get up. Prayerfully, it's like one of those falls that, doesn't take you down in a way that you get twisted and
Right.
broke.
Right.
So being who I am, my motto is I'm determined. I don't stop.
Exactly. Exactly. I feel that wholeheartedly.
Oh, thanks, Queen Aduni, for putting up Girl Trek information. Yeah, self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity.
Oh, I
There it
love
is.
it. I love it.
Now,
But yeah,
can't you walk in, like go into a gym and
Oh.
walk in the
Wait, actually, our community center has an indoor track,
yeah.
and
oh wow.
I'm going to do that. I just found out about it, but they have an indoor track, and if you walk around 4 times, that's 1 mile. My only
Perfect.
hesitation to that is I feel like I'm a rat in a maze, right? I want to be in the atmosphere. I want to experience the snow. I want to experience the cold, because walking in the cold is really awesome for your lungs if you really think about
Yeah.
it. And
You burn more.
you burn more calories, right? So I just gear up with my gloves and make sure my extremities are warm. But I love walking in the cold. And so that's going to be my last resort.
Yeah. Like there are a lot of groups. Well, our code in Los Angeles is not quite the code in Detroit, but they just do walking in the mall. And they just go in the mall in the morning. They just walk around, round and round. I guess it's, retail therapy, safe.
I might start shopping, Nawili. That's dangerous. I love to window shop though. I'm really disciplined. I'll buy it when it's a good value, but I will window shop all day. Yeah.
It's something to be said. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it helps. Let's call that part of the creative process.
Yes, that is. That is the creative process. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it says how to start a girl.
Oh, wow. You can start your own. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm down for it.
Yeah, I think that we can pull that off.
Yes. Okay. Well, Mama, head you down. She's probably already involved. She got so much going on. Lillie B.
No, I'm not doing the girl trek thing because I don't know. Sometimes those organized groups, like, because I want to go when I want to go and where I want to go. So
Yeah,
I'm a
feel
little
that.
snob, but I do admire the girl trek. But I wanted to share, walking. I just wanted to share going on walks when you're on vacation. Say you're on the beach, you will walk so far away and forget to
Yes,
walk back.
yes, yes.
And you will just walk until the scene ends. You almost walk home, and I love walking on vacation, especially on the beach. But the other thing about mall walking, when you know you are at that mall to walk, I didn't shop. I was very diligent about that. I had to wait until I stopped pumping milk during lunch. No, I would pump my milk. My friends were going every day. I would pump my breast. And then I would say, okay, ladies, let's go. We walked every single day, except for Saturday and Sunday, because we weren't at work. We lived down the street from Eastland. Baby, when I tell you, you ain't thinking about no shopping when you on that mission to get that walk in. Especially halfway at lunch, working at a school, and you could defrag from all the brrr of the classroom and all of that.
Right.
You shopping, but you not stopping because you know you on a mission.
On the mission. I feel
Yeah,
that. I'm gonna try it.
That's what I was saying. Creative is the creative process. You don't necessarily have to stop. And for me, I like destination walking. For me, being at the Heidelberg, I walk to East downtown.
He cut out.
Nawili, where you go talking about downtown? Where Nawili go? Yeah, but I love the girl trek. I love to watch their journey. I love that. Because I'm more so a bike rider. I like to pedal. I'm a pedaler.
Well, you know what? My daughter, she loves to bike ride too. And when she was in Detroit, she would I think she had a bike club. They have a bike club for I don't know, you like to use the word black people, but for black people.
Right. I probably knew her because we would a lot of the clubs would come together when we did slow roll. That Monday night ride, it was a wicked beast. The drivers couldn't stand us. But we love that bike ride. But you know, anybody that has a bike, all you gotta do is call your friend and say, let's go ride, and we can
Let's go
ride.
ride.
Mama Het will be on the bike 24/7. They're like, where's Mama Het? On her bike. And I will ride by myself and I ride at night. I'm not out. I don't ride in any fear. Because that's my, you know, people are talking about the news. I said, let me go ride my bike. Forget all that.
I feel you. I love that. So you walk too, but your thing is the bike, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I've always kept the bike my whole life. Crayons, coloring book, and a bike. I've kept my whole life. But yeah, I will walk too. I love walking. Okay. It's beautiful when you can walk or ride your bike somewhere, go take care of business, go to the market, whatever, and then walk on home. I love that. I love that self-propelled energy creating. And
now, do you have a vintage bike or is it a new?
Oh no, I have a cruiser, and it's got a lot of stickers
fancy,
on it.
huh?
Yeah, I'm a cruiser. Yep. And I don't have to. I got a milk crate on my bike. I don't play. I got my trunk, and my lights. You know, I have a flashlight that I use for my front light.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I got it. Look at my baby. My baby. That's my baby. Can you see, folks?
Let me see your baby.
I don't know if you can see it. It's dark.
Oh wow, she's beautiful.
And I got my Tigger. I don't know if you can see it, but I got Tigger on there.
Oh my God. Yes. You don't go nowhere without Tigger.
No, me and Tigger go everywhere. That's my baby.
All right. That's beautiful.
I found that it's a hair scrunchie. Somebody lost it and I said, oh, that's me because I'm Tigger in the Pooh family. Yeah. Tigger.
I love that. That's beautiful. Yeah. Where did Willie go?
She's back on.
My connection keeps going. I don't know. Connection keeps going in and out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, find your strongest place in the room. Because that's what happens in my bedroom sometimes.
Well, I'm in an Airbnb. I ain't got so much space in my room.
I got
put your leg out to the window.
Oh yeah.
Your arm like that.
Right.
Like that, you know. Your antenna, you know.
Just where your foil? Where your foil?
My foil.
Right.
Oh
my God.
We were just talking about that foil the other day, and
yes, I remember that.
That was funny. Oh my God.
It's the devil though, but it'll get that antenna working. It's the devil.
Yeah.
I don't even use it anymore. Not in my house. No.
I want to say welcome back to Empress. We haven't seen you in a while.
I saw her.
She said, because when she went away, I said, come back. Oh yeah. And so she had to plug back up and stuff.
Okay. Oh, beautiful. Great to see. Much love.
Lolly, we get to see a beautiful Lolly.
Hey, Lolly.
Hey.
Great
Lolly
day.
in New Orleans.
Are you
still down there?
I'm back now.
Yay!
Wow.
Well, how long were you in New Orleans?
Just a few days. I had a little event I was supposed to be an ambassador for, so I was down there for that and just meeting everybody. I ended up going to one of my friends' gender reveals and just
Oh, yeah,
a
that
little
is
bit of
true.
everything.
Yeah. I
Right.
love New Orleans. I came away with a mask. And I'm like, I don't know where I'm gonna wear it at, but I had to have a mask before I left there.
Yeah.
You can wear it wherever you want to. You can wear it wherever you want.
Really?
Yes.
Just wherever I
Yes.
want.
Yes.
Let's
Show up with it. She
I'm
hear
gonna,
wanna
some,
be
I'm gonna put it on and show up with it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
because
call in soon, y'all.
Please.
I'm all for it. Yes. I just picked up a beautiful, you guys, if you don't know, I do angel card readings, but so I have angel cards, I have dragon cards. So I just picked up a deck called the New Orleans Oracle, and I got it at the Boston Tea Shop. Is that what it's called? And it was the only deck left, the last one. It was on sale for 25% off plus 35 additional that day. And the
Wow.
who did the deck, I've been in her shop in New Orleans. It's a sister. So
Okay.
can't wait to share those with you. They are amazing, beautiful. And those who are familiar with anything in New Orleans, there will be so many things familiar by the cards. You'll really
Wow.
with them. So yeah, I love New Orleans. I call it my healing hotspot.
Oh
It's
yes, yes.
good. Always.
Yeah.
Always. So yeah.
Mhm. Empress,
Yeah.
you want to share?
Yes, I would. Just want to show you my beautiful mother. Can you see?
Yes.
Oh wow,
Oh,
she is
beautiful.
beautiful.
It's a younger picture of her, but this is what I have right now because we're getting the photo together. My mother passed Saturday.
Oh
Oh,
wow. Sorry to hear that, honey.
Some we had a little service last night for her to go into the light. She woke up after 4 days. You know, they sleep and you don't call their name. So after she woke up, being that she passed on Saturday morning, yesterday was her awakening ceremony, and
mm,
just sent her to the light. So it's
hey.
Okay.
been a
Empress,
Bless
you
her
said
soul.
you said you don't call her name. You don't call the name.
we don't call the when a person make that transition, they're resting. They're asleep. They're resting. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am. I'm listening.
Right. They're asleep. And so when they wake up, we want to help them so know what's going on and guide them into the light.
So is it
Ashe.
okay if I pour water for your mother? Can I do that?
Yes, please. Thank you. That's why I'm sharing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just comfort and peace for my family because we are really going through a lot. Now I have lost in the last few years my mother
Empress,
and my father. I don't have no parents now, so I've lost my mother and my father, and all I have is my brother now. So yes, please send healing, comfort, and peace for us, and yes, please do whatever you have to do to help my mother transition into the ancestral realm. Thank you. Dwa'u.
You're
yeah.
welcome.
Empress, is it okay if in Kundalini yoga tradition we that I chant aloud for her a call, three calls, and I will um do it for from this day 17 days in a row to assist her in transitioning into the land of I am ancestor. So I'm just going to ask everyone to close their eyes for a minute. And in this place of sacredness, of devotion, of commitment to the I am that I am, we know for Empress, we know for her beloveds that there is a coming together, that there is an embracing in body, mind, and spirit of each one of the members of this family, of her, and the livingness, the eternal life that moves through, and as her beloved continues into the land of I am ancestor. And in recognition and honor of her beloved, I will chant calls aloud 3 times. And if you'd like to join in, I will inhale. And as I exhale, it will be a call. Otherwise, just sit and hold the place. And I'm going to inhale. A call. And inhaling. Oh, and inhaling. And by the grace of the Most High, we know that the ancestors with open arms are welcoming our beloved. We do give thanks. We do give thanks. We do give thanks. And so it is.
Ashe.
Ashe. Thank you, Walu. Really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So the funeral service is Monday, and we have the awake on Sunday. So I miss you all. It's been a journey, but thank you all.
Thank you.
My phone, my battery died. That's what took me so long to get back on.
Yeah, because I'll text the person in a minute. I see him. I said, come back, come back, come back.
And I
You
did
know,
get your
you're beautiful, and you are the spitting image of your mother. I love her energy. I think that women back then had such a natural beauty. It just transcends everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Thank you for just, sharing your beloved with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm. And
she's with my dad now. They showed what love really was. They were married for almost 61 years before he passed.
Beautiful.
Showed what love really was. So I'm thankful for to have such a wonderful parent. She turned 89 December 7th, so she got to see that.
Awesome.
Just had a birthday December 7th. Yeah.
How many siblings came from their marriage?
Just my brother and I.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's my brother. So it's just us now. We just got each other.
Well, we know you physically, you just have each other, but you always have them.
Yes.
That's true.
Matter of fact, I told her, I said, when I told my dad, I was with him when he passed a few years ago. And then now I told my mother as well, hey, when I call upon you, make sure you answer now.
No, right.
You know she is. You know she is. She's hearing what you're saying right now.
Yeah. She would have to make sure you help me.
Closer than to all spirit energy. So close. Yeah, so close.
It's kind of rough on my twins right now. So we supposed to go to the I didn't do her whole body. I did wash her face, and we supposed to do my daughters and I, we decided not to let nobody do her hair. We're gonna do it.
Oh,
so
okay.
we're gonna do her hair.
That's right. That's such an honor. I being natural hair, I've go in for a few that the stylist didn't know what to do with their hair. They would have locks or they had hair braided or something like that, and I would go in and and I just talk to them. All right, don't be messing with me, but it would be such an honor to make sure that they their presentation was like I knew that they liked their hair, and
Yeah.
that it would be beautiful, and it would be what their family was used to seeing.
Yeah, right.
They were used to seeing, and it was an honor for the family to trust me to do that.
Yes.
And so we were just talking, just talking and stuff, I did my mom and my aunt, and a few of my clients, I took care of them.
This will be the first. They told us to bring a scarf because to cover, where they put the fluid in her. And like I said, I was with her all the way till she got cold, and I just washed her up. They were definitely asking, "Are you gonna be able to make it?" Because we did ask her friend who did my mother's hair. She said she couldn't do it; she was too close. But we picked our outfit out yesterday. We made sure it got white, for purity, for peace, and for us there. So we got a white outfit for her as well as a white and gold casket.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love the smile when you're talking about it. I love.
Yes.
I got her necklace on, and I got both her necklaces on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
She had this one on. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes.
And her rings.
Ah.
She had 4 rings. She had 4 rings on, and so we I don't know what happened to it in the hospital. So she missing her wedding band. So we're trying to locate that now. And this ring is worth more. This is my grandmother's ring that she had on, worth more than all of these rings.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That is.
Empress.
Praying that we'll be able to find her ring. So
Yeah. Empress, I have a question. What's your mother's favorite color? Did she have one?
I don't know. She was fly though. She could dress.
Because I know one of the
same colors.
Right. One of my favorite things to do is when our loved ones take their journey, I like to wear their favorite color. And when my mother made her journey, my brother and sister and I said we would wear yellow. And when we got to the celebration, everybody had on something yellow, and it was just a sea of I like to call it lello. But that's just really comforting to just come in that power. I understand people with the black. I ain't mad at the black.
Right.
But burst with them, be burst, an explosion of them, So yeah, that's why I was asking.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, it's interesting you said yellow because my mother and my father had yellow and white for their 60-year anniversary, on their wedding anniversary. So that's interesting.
Okay.
And yellow represents setback, which is communication. And my mother could sing. She could really sing.
A Mercedes AMG S62 and a Cadillac Escalade. Without digressing, Pusha's visit to Nigeria later resulted in her taking an ancestral DNA and found
she's a first soprano.
What's the South?
Oh, beautiful.
He's
Do you sing too, Empress?
Anyways, later breaking away from
I with her in the hospital.
Okay. That's beautiful.
I sung her. She's a Christian. So I sung, "Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn." And I sung that, and I sung, "God is the joy and the strength of my life. He moves all pain, misery, and strife. I want to go with him when he comes back. He never ever comes short of his word. God is, God is, God is, God is, God is my all and all." And the only reason why I sung that because my mother was I forgot some of the words and she was giving it to me.
Ashe.
The water in my eyes.
Yes, yes.
Awesome.
We sung that together in the hospital. I'm not the greatest singer in the world, but I'm thankful.
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
You know, it reminds me, you said, I'm not the greatest singer in the world. It's those, you know, at the church, go in there and they would be singing and stuff. And here's the Maddie Moss, you know, Maddie Moss Clark and the sisters, and they running all the runs and stuff like that. And then one of the mamas come up there and they just sing, they start moaning, and everybody, the anointing would fall in that place with all that beautiful singing and stuff, you know, and you let them mothers start singing and moaning, it's coming from the gut. Oh,
Yes. Yes.
that's when
Yes.
that's when that power
Yes. Yes.
falls. Oh my goodness gracious.
Wow.
Ashe.
Well, oh, is that Mama Miss Juanita? I think that sounds like your voice. Yes.
Ashe. Yeah, I'll take a peek. I don't want to scare y'all this morning because I just didn't do
We
any
ain't
of that stuff that makes a sister cute this morning.
no.
But I'm enjoying everything that's coming forth. Thank you. Sister Selesa, is it?
Selesa.
Selesa. Thank you for all that you brought to light for us and everything that everybody shared. I'm just grateful to be a part of this awesome group and to see what God is doing to help uplift each of us through each other and for us to be able to help uplift our people even more. This is a blessing. Thank you. And Empress, I don't know if you saw my chat message. I'm praying for God to comfort and strengthen you and for your relationship with him to intensify. I know you already got a good relationship with him, but your relationship with him may help you get through this transition period and grow even stronger in his power and in his might. That's my prayer. Yes. And y'all singing today. Yes. And what you said, Queen Aduni, when them mamas bring the anointing into the place.
Yes.
Yep. And then the girl trek. I wanna sign up.
Girl, go online. I'm gonna start a
I
group.
want to say thank you so much. I have to go. That was my daughter that just called.
All right.
I got to file some court papers now. So, but thank you
Peace and blessings.
very much.
I
love you. Love you all.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Love you.
We're with you. We're with you in spirit.
Yes.
Thank you.
Queens,
Thank you.
before we sign off, I want to remind you about tomorrow. We are in a sacred moment tomorrow. The show, Danny is going to walk us through rites of passage for our different ages from 20 to 100 plus. And so wear white or light. There will be solemn music. You know, we're gonna come in, we're not chatting and, you know, doing what we normally do, you know, to get together with the ladies. We'll be in solemn. As a matter of fact, I'll meditate before coming on and, you know, just get in that space, and be muted until she says, you know, unmute. We're just gonna be in celebration, in particular for Nawili going into the 70s. I will be following her in February. So and we got Mama Evelyn's. What year are you going into, Mama Evelyn, on Christmas?
68.
Okay. So just come, come prepared. This is going to be beautiful. Yesterday we had a spa day on the Elizabeth show. It was awesome. And my feet, when I felt my feet this morning, was still. Oh, I was a Brillo pad. My heels on my foot were Brillo. I'm really serious. This morning they were still beautiful. Mama Head, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I did. I just wanted to say that I was ready this morning. I had my white on. I had a practice run today. I was like, girl, it's Thursday. When I saw Nawili, I said it's Thursday. But baby, I had this white. I was ready. I got my beads. I was ready. I said, it's not. I had my practice run and I'm ready. I'm going to leave all my stuff down here so I'll still listen.
The sister that came on, Mita, Mita is who Danny was talking about that trained her. Massage. I've been knowing Mita for a long time. That sister is no joke. No joke. So I'm gonna have her on as our guest. And so, so
yeah, I could tell she was getting ready she was getting it. She said, I'm not giving my house away and I'm not gonna sell it to certain people. I know that's right.
Yes.
Confident. Yes. Like that. So I want to thank our beautiful guest, Selesa. You've been a gift to us, and thank you for continuing to uplift us and allow us to uplift you. And
Thank you.
I'll be calling you, girl, because we got a lot.
Do that.
Thank you all Elizabeths in the world, and let's go out and continue on this day of ruled by Jupiter in this 12/12 portal to just expand our consciousness, because it is our power.
It is.
So
do you have a ticket a date you coming back?
Excuse me?
You have a ticket? No, not really. Do you have a ticket back home? Are you open?
No, I actually did get a round trip ticket, so I will be leaving here Monday night. So I'll be back in Detroit on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
But it was nice meeting you all, and I love the invitation. I love the energy of this group. I'm so enriched by it. I just love it. Thank you.
And we're here Monday through Friday, same time, 8 to 10.
8 to 10.
And we have different hosts each day, and we can't guarantee you where we will end, because Nawili said that our only limit is our what? Our belief, our mind.
Right. Yes.
So we are.
That's so powerful.
And just even confirm more, because I know all of you, when we get up and down on the plane, if you look out, you don't see any end.
No, there is
when
none.
you're up in those, there's no beginning. So how can we say the sky's the that ain't no limit up in that sky?
That is so true.
Scott Covington, she says, when they say there's no, she says, the sky is the limit. And she says, there is no limit to sky.
That is true.
Oh, I love it. That's so perfect. Wow. She gets to even piggyback on that double time. I love it.
Love it. All right, Queens, give yourself a hug of love. And give the world a big hug. Yes, you want to say something?
Yes.
And sprinkle all kind of wonderful gold and silver and peace and love and joy, and make it fun today.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Thank you.
All right. Love
Bye-bye.
you guys. Peace.